Hi, Aditya, can you hear me?
Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening.
ये ऑन करो का सर जी। MPI 1 2 3 4 5 328. MPI 1 2 3 4. नाही सगळं small. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so while more students are joining, you can open day 4 and try to solve the 5 quizzes, same as what we did yesterday. I've deliberately put some mistakes in the program and you should try and find the mistake and correct it. तुझ्या लॅपटॉप पण आवाज येतोय का? पूर्वी पण येतात आता यायला लागलाय.
पूर्वी येतो नाही गाडी
ओके सागर दादा इथे बघ तिथे मगाशी होता 5 मिनिटापूर्वी होता गेला असेल कुठतरी येईल 5 मिनिट. हो का इथे कुठे ठेवलं असेल कुठल्या कंपनीचा? बंद केला तरी येतोय आवाज? फॅनचाच काहीतरी बघ स्टार्ट करून Okay, those who are joining online, you can open day 4 and start looking at the quizzes. So quiz 0, quiz 1, quiz 2, up to quiz 4. So same as yesterday, try to find out what is the mistake and try to correct the mistake. So can somebody tell me the mistake in the first quiz 0.py?
Sir, the T should be capital.
T should be capital.
True. This word true is an important keyword. So these are called keywords. Get it checked by somebody because थोड़ा वेळ चालतं. After a while it will damage the laptop. So. Today you are going to be in observation mode. Okay, so quiz 0 was easy, right? But by the way, what will happen if you run this program?
Sir, and will get printed forever.
It will keep printing forever, right?
Yes, sir.
All the numbers. But yesterday Aditya suggested one experiment. Let us do that. What if I increase? See, increasing by 1 will take a lot of time. So let us increase the step size. Okay, let's make it 1,000 or 10,000, a really big number, so that you want to find out how big can the integer become. So to find that out, let us increase the value of that step size, and let's see what happens. Does it keep running? Okay, this is running. What if I increase the step size even more, add few more zeros? Does it always run or will it break at some point? This is also running. So it looks like Python has infinite potential. Give it any number you want, no matter how big, it can handle it. That is what it seems like. But you know, this is your homework to investigate and find out what is really the limit of Python. Okay. But anyway, that was quiz 0, easy. Now quiz 1. What is the error in quiz 1? Oh. And from today onwards, we will develop a new habit. We will not write our code in main.py. Okay, we'll always give some different name. Why? Because otherwise we get tempted to press the run button at the top. But I want everybody to get into the habit of typing on the shell. So, you know, close your console completely. Only work in the shell now. So what is the mistake in quiz1.py? Or is it all correct? So is quiz1.py, is it all correct or is there some mistake? What we expect to happen that from 1 to max count, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they should all get printed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But will that happen? You can try to run this code and see what happens. Do you get the output that we expect or something else happens? So why is that happening? So if you run this program, right, you will see only start of program and end of program. Max count is 5. So what is the problem there? So we should see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for some reason, start thinking logically. Clearly start of program, line 4 is running. Then line 5 is not running for some reason. Correct? So what is the problem with line 5? What is while loop going to check? While it's a true hai, we have it's a condition hai. So it is going to check that condition. So what is that condition doing? It is comparing n with max count. So if n and max count are equal, only then it will run the loop. So no, but it will see if the condition is not true, it will not enter the loop at all. That is why it is completely skipping the loop and printing end of program. So can somebody see what is the error? Why is that condition not true? That is the question, right?
Sir, can you check my file?
Okay. Veda?
Yes.
So which file are you working on? Quiz1.py, correct?
Yes.
Yes. How long? Yes, correct. So again, only mistake you are trying to run using the run button at the top. we have to use the shell now, correct? So if you go to shell,
Yes.
ते ट्रायल अँड एरर शोधायला लागेल मला नाही माहिती. हो काय नाही चालू आहे. So let us try running the file now. It is working now. So why is it working for Veda? And so what is the difference between these two programs? Right चा program आणि left चा program मध्ये difference काय आहे? Yes. Yes. You see, the condition is the correct condition should be less than equal to, not equal to. Because equal to म्हणजे काय? If the two values are equal, only then it will run the loop. But less than equal to means as long as n is smaller than or equal to maximum count, you will run the loop. Okay, so this is the correct code. Do you understand why left side code does not run the loop and why right side code runs the loop? Yes. Okay, then maybe quiz 2.py. Let us fix this quiz 1 now. So everybody, I hope you can fix this problem and now you can run the code. It should work. Yes, it is working now. Okay, then quiz 2.py. What is the problem in quiz 2.py? तोपर्यंत स्क्रीन कडे बघा ना तुमचा लॅपटॉप चालू होतोय तोपर्यंत. Yes. Yes. Correct. So do you notice the problem on line 6, everybody? What will happen if you run this program? What will the output be?
Sir, I was running this 1.py.
Okay.
I got a syntax error.
Okay.
Sir, over here.
Well, let me open your file.
Yeah. I don't want to keep this level. Thank you.
Sir, I'm done with quiz2.py.
So again, you are running through the command at the top. You should run using shell, Siddharth.
Sir, I am running using shell.
Okay. Quiz1.py, right?
Yes, sir.
One
Yeah.
minute. So because, can you see the error in your program, Siddharth? Compare it with my line. You are less than equal to. तीन symbol वापरले तू. See, it should be either equal to or less than equal to or only less than. You don't require less than equal to.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. पण रन होते का? तू तो रन बटन दाबतोय. तिथे रन होते. Okay, so what is the problem in quiz2.py?
Sir, I done it.
Yes, Veda. So line 6 is the problem, correct? This is the problem. This should be
Yes.
n star n should be inside the curly bracket, correct? Okay, so let us make that change. So now I see everybody is becoming faster at this. काल खूप वेळ लागत होता. Now you are faster and faster. So that will keep happening. Every day you practice, you will become faster you will directly jump to the error line, you know. With one glance, you can find out which is the problem. So let us see if quiz2.py is running properly. Yes, it is working now. So quiz 2 is done. Now quiz 3.
I have completed the quizzes only in fourth. I am not getting the rand range function.
Sorry, Aditya, your voice is not coming properly. Can you repeat?
Sir, I have completed all the quizzes, but I am not getting the rand range function in fourth one.
Okay, let me check the fourth quiz. What is the problem in this file, quiz3.py?
स्कोर व्हेरिएबल डिफाइन करायला पाहिजे थर्ड लाइन मध्ये.
Correct? See, I'm trying to use the, what is this condition saying? What is this line saying? That whatever is the original value of score, add a 2 to that, and that should be the new value of score. But I have not started what is the initial value of score. It's 9. So we have to give some initial value, right? So I have to specify score at the top. Okay, so we should start with score equal to 0. आम्हाला ऐकू देत नाही अजून काय बोलतोय. Okay, so is this working now? Yes, it is working, looks like. तुम्हाला प्लीज विचारू का पुढची? Okay, it is working now. By the way, do you know these lectures are uploaded to YouTube? So तुम्ही जे बोलताय ते सगळं रेकॉर्ड होतंय. And येत नाही आता ते पण चेक केलं का तुम्ही? Very good. Okay. Okay, so quiz 3 is also fixed. Okay, what about quiz 4? तर तू इथे लक्ष दिलं तर मी सांगेन ना तुला. Yes. See, Python is very helpful. Replit is very helpful.
Sir, my quiz 3.py is not working.
Quiz 3, what is the problem in quiz 3?
Sir, it is asking question and enter the square of n.
Yes, so that is correct, right? This is not having random. This is simply, before we did random, we were just doing 1, 2, 3, 4 in sequence, right? So that is what this is.
Okay.
Okay. In quiz 4, we are trying to do random checks.
Okay.
So what is the correction required in quiz 4?
We have to add a rand range.
See, this rand range function we want to use, but we have not imported it. So
Yes, sir.
we have two options. Either we have to write this rand range ourselves, or we have to import it from somewhere. So what should I add to import it? Oh, ulta. From rand. Import rand range from random, or just ulta from rand range, from random import rand range. Okay. So from which country you want to import, or which library? From random. And what you want to import? Rand range. Okay. And now it should start working. Preferably, the Python rule says it has to be written before you use the function. Random is another file which is built in Python. It's a file called random.py. मी काल दाखवलं होतं ना. There are files for finding the current time. Do you want to find the current time? So what you have to do is import time, okay? Or I think you can do from time. So the name of the function is also called time, I think, if I'm not wrong. Okay. And now I can say print time. Kutlia? Our time zone. Hopefully, now I don't know. We have to find out. Let us see if it works.
सर मी आता डिस्कनेक्ट झालेले आपण कुठला क्विज करतोय
quiz4.py.
ओके
Because the yellow line is because you have imported time but not used time. Just hover on that line and see what it is saying.
Sir, my quiz 4.py.
What about quiz4.py?
Sir, it's running.
It is running. Okay. Let me check.
Mine also is running.
Okay. Yes. So it is for Siddharth also it is running. He actually put the line of import on the fourth line. That is fine. As long as you are importing before we use the function, it will work. Okay. But now if you see what is happening here, when I say print time, what is it printing? It is printing some strange number. What is this number? So again, this is actually technical details of how time works. Because what they do, right? ते मला विचारते ना तुला कशाला विचारते. Okay, so actually how Python defines time, right? There is some date in 1970, and from that date in 1970, it counts the seconds. So this number that you see here, right, is actually the number of seconds from that date in 1970, from today till 1970. Oh, sorry. Okay, but anyway, I mean, the whole point is that there are so many such libraries available which you can use. Okay, so you can find out which library you want to use when you can find out. Okay, so आज आपण काय करणार आहोत माहिती का? Today we are going to write our own library. Okay, okay, Jacob. Right now we are saying import this from random, import this from time. We will write our own library from where we can import our own things. ओके थांब त्याच्या आधी मी एक्सप्लेन करतो की आपण काय करणार आहोत. ओके सो बिफोर दॅट ऍक्च्युअली देर इज वन कन्फ्युजन विच आय सी व्हेरी कॉमन फॉर स्टुडंट. सो लेट मी सॉर्ट दॅट आउट अँड दॅट इज अबाउट इंडेंटेशन. ओके okay, because many students are making the mistake of how many spaces they have to leave before every line. No, somebody is leaving one space, somebody is leaving 3 spaces. So there should be uniform understanding. Why do we require to leave empty spaces and how many empty spaces? So the way it works, right? Suppose you have some, let me draw it like this. So this is my left line, you know, I write from here. So when I write something like maybe A is equal to 10, maybe B is equal to int. Okay, suppose I take an input from the user. Okay, and now let us say I ask if A is less than B. Okay, so understand what is happening at this line. Now if A is less than B, then I want to do something. Let's say I want to print something or काहीतरी दुसरं करायचं आहे. So imagine that there is a box over here. Okay, so everything inside this box will run if A is less than B. आता Python ला कसं सांगणार की what is inside the box, what is outside the box? So indentation is used for that. Ki whatever is inside this box has to be started with 2 empty spaces. Yes, correct. So your editor helps you by adding those empty spaces. Okay, so you have to leave 2 empty spaces and then you write whatever. So for example, let's say you want to print something. So that is why we leave those 2 empty spaces. So everything that has 2 empty spaces, Python will say that it is inside this block. Now suppose we are finished with this block. Okay, after this we want to do something which has to be done outside the if block. So that we will write without indentation. So suppose I write something here, print bye. And here I print hello. Okay, so now do you understand that the print hello will only run if A is less than B, correct? But this will always run. Why? because this is not under inside that if the box. So there is no condition over here which will check whether to run this line or not. Okay. So that is how through indentation we are grouping the statements together. Ki what is inside the if block, which is not inside the if block. Now suppose inside this if block I have one more if block. असं होऊ शकतं ना की if A is less than B and let's say some while true. Okay. Okay. So आता अजून एक बॉक्स लागेल आपल्याला to tell me ki which part is inside while true. Correct. So I can draw one more box like this. And how will I tell Python what is inside that box and what is outside? By two more indentation. Correct. So I require two more empty spaces. So whatever I write here should start with 4 empty spaces. Print etc. Okay. So this is how. So these boxes are not drawn by us or drawn for us by anybody, but we have to imagine that these boxes are there. Okay. So now if I go back to my code, right, quiz4.py, can you tell me where I should draw the boxes? Can you tell me where I should draw the boxes? Okay, first box will be at while. And so where will the box start and where will it end? 8, 9, 11, no? So box will start at. Okay, so you see this whole thing is inside one box. Aside box, okay? And it is there in the same box, right? Because it is inside the box. That is why it is indented. There are 2 empty spaces here. So you see this line, very faint line is there over here. Do you see this line? So this is what Python is telling me. These are the 2 empty spaces which are left. So everything is inside the while. And now inside this, which are the other boxes? Nine, no? To print and score, what will happen if you put spaces here? Then print and score will also go inside the while loop. Then every time it will print the score. But we want to print the score after we finish the while loop. Okay, that is exactly what I want everybody to understand, that why there is no empty space before print, because that is outside that red box. Now what is the next box which I should draw? If, correct? Because if user answer is A into A, then only I want these 2 statements to run. So you see this is the second box. And so therefore this is extra 2 spaces which are left. So that is why there are 4 empty spaces before these 2 lines. Okay. And can you see one more box? Else also. Else also is the same way. Correct. 17 and 18. Let me draw a different color. This is also a separate box. And see, before else, the previous box is over. So right now we are inside 2 boxes, right? The outer red box and the green box. That is why we have 4 empty spaces. काय करू? कोण विचारलं? तुम्हाला काय एवढा खोकला आलाय? आपण मोठाने बोल. काय करते करू? अच्छा तुला फोड बघायचंय का? Okay, but I hope everybody has understood this idea of boxes. So I'll erase the board. Okay. So now, so your homework is draw these boxes for all the examples that you have. Okay. Every time you are writing any code, draw these boxes. Okay. कसे draw करणार? हाँ, take a screenshot. Copy paste it into paintbrush and then draw the boxes over there. Okay. ते पण नंतर शिकूया, पण ते फक्त तुला सांगायला लागेल, बाकी सगळ्यांना नाही सांग. हो का ना. Okay, so that was about how the indentation works. Now, one more thing we are going to learn today, which is idea called functions. Okay. Okay, this is a very important idea. And again, this is an important idea that is connecting mathematics and programming, because in mathematics also function have got very important. Okay, and programming also function is a very important word. So you have to understand what is the connection between the two and how to use it properly. Okay, so very simple way is function is nothing but it is a black box or magic box. Okay, in which you put some value and some value. It returns some value. Okay, so let us say very simple function called +1. Any number you give, it will add 1 to that. So for example, if I give it 3 as input, what will I get output? 4. Correct? If I give 5 as the input, it will give me 6. So this is a what we call adding one function, no function of adding one. Can somebody think of another function? Minus, okay, something else, maybe into
Division.
square. Okay, so maybe I can draw one more box, and if I call it x square, so if I give it 7 as input, what will I get as the output?
49.
Okay, so this kind of magic boxes can be called functions. Square root and cube root are also functions, but we have to be careful what input we give, because for square root function, what will happen if I give it a -1? But is there any positive number, real number whose square is -1? 9. So that sometimes you may get invalid output like that. So you have to be careful that what input you give. Okay. But this is the idea of function basically. And sometimes functions can do more than one thing. In programming, what happens, basically, let us say I have a function which is simply print. No, if and else are not functions, but print and input are functions. Now we have been using the print word since the first day, print and input. So we just wrote those words, nusta print lila kiva input lila. But now we are understanding what they are. These are what they call Python's built-in functions. Okay, these are built-in functions. Okay, it is called built-in function because they come with functions. Whenever, anytime you run Python, these functions are. Aditya, are you saying something? Aditya, I'm muting you. Okay, let me know if you want to speak. Oh, sorry. So actually, Anshuman is asking a question that we are doing everything in Replit.com, but tomorrow we can run Python on our own laptop without requiring a Replit website. So how to do that? So that I would like to explain, but I will do it at the end of the sessions. Okay. Depends. See, Python itself has versions. So currently Replit.com we may be using one version of Python. On a different website, Pythonची version वेगळी असू शकते. HTML is a completely different language. Okay. Okay, we'll discuss this after the lecture. Okay. But coming back to this idea of functions, so print is a function. What does it do? If I give it hello world as input,
It will print screen. Hello.
Hello world, hello on the screen, correct? Okay. So that print has a side effect that it prints on the screen. Okay. Prints on the screen. Okay. And it does not generate any output. No. It is only printing on the screen. Okay. So we are already using functions, but now we are going to see how to create our own function. Okay. आणि फंक्शन इज नथिंग बट अ रेसिपी की डू दिस त्या रेसिपीला फंक्शन म्हणतात, बाकी काय नाही. सो लेट अस राईट अवर ओन सिम्पल फंक्शन टुडे. लेट अस से okay, so you can open a new file now, and now everybody will not use main.py. Okay, so use any different name. What name do you want to use? Function.py. Okay, chale. Oh, function. If you don't say .py, then others will not understand that this is a Python file, right? So let us write our own simple function. Yes. Py is short code for Python. Just that doc is used for document like Word document, PPT for PowerPoint. Every file has the extension which helps the computer to know ki the files are type ka. Is it an image, audio,
Sir.
video, Python?
सर आय हॅव मेड आपण म्हणजे काल ती स्क्वेअरची टेस्टची फाईल आपण बनवलेली ना वर्कशीट,
Oh,
त्याला मी आज पासवर्डच टाकलंय. मग ते मला लाईन 1 मध्ये एरर येतोय, मला कळत नाही. म्हणजे मी चुकीचा पासवर्ड टाकला, मग ते नेम AC इज नॉट डिफाईन्ड असं सांगतं ते.
okay, I'll check your file. Okay, but meanwhile, let us write our own function. Let us write a function that will just print hello world. Okay, so let us call it. The function has to start with the letter DEF. DEF is short for define. Okay, because we are writing a new function, so this is short for define. Yes. Hello.
Shutdown code.
Shutdown कशी करायची? इथे shell टाक. हा, ठीक आहे. Okay, so DEF is short for define. Okay. Okay, and after DEF, you have to give the name of the function. So what? Because we are going to write a function that will print hello on the screen. So what can we call our function? Print hello. Okay, print hello. And you know, I'm using camel case notation. And after that, I have to give empty brackets. What is this empty bracket for? That empty bracket, we will learn soon that is where the input to the function is to be given. Okay, for example, in the +1 function, we have to give some input, right? कुठल्या व्हॅल्यूचा +1 करायचं आहे. But our function does not require any inputs, so that bracket is empty. Okay, and then when you press enter, do you see what Replit does? It has started a new box for us by adding 2 empty spaces. So now whatever you write with these 2 empty spaces will be inside our recipe. So what should I write
Sir.
inside the recipe to print hello?
Every time we add a colon, the arrow is getting created.
Every time we add a colon, we are entering a new box basically. So सगळेच बघता येतात. तू सोडून काय खाल्लं तिघांनी? काहीच नाही. असं कसं होईल? Okay. So what should we write here? Print hello. Yeah, त्याने काय होतं? Okay, very good. I didn't know that. So let us write print hello. Okay, and see now after I press enter, you see it, I am still inside that box. So if my function is complete, I should exit the box, right? So how should I exit the box? By deleting those 2 extra empty lines, empty spaces. So here my box. So do you understand? This is a very small box. याच्यात एकच line आहे. Okay. So that very small box I have created, and what I have told Python that I am creating a new function that's a now a print hello. But see here I am only giving you the definition. Ki print hello does this. Let us see what happens if I run this code. What do you think will happen? येईल print hello. बघा करून. नाही येते ना? Why is it not coming? Shell मध्ये. Now you can do it, cannot do it in console because your file is not main.py. So now you have no option but to do it in shell. Okay, so try to run this now. Nothing happened. गणपतीचा आवाज एवढा गेला की काय? Nothing is happening. काहीच येत नाही output. Is there some error in our program? So understand the difference between declaring a function and using the function. See, here we have just defined. This is what we call definition. Use नाही केलाय. We have a खोकल्याचा कॉन्सर्ट चालू आहे इकडे क्लासरूम मध्ये. Musical concert with at least 3 artists in the classroom. Okay. But see, this is just a definition. Now we have to use the function. So how do I use the function? Yes, I have to give the name of the function and I have to pass it the input. But now ह्या function ला काहीच input नकोय, right? No input is required. So I can just write print hello. And it will run. Now try to run. हो वाटत तू कम्फर्टेबल होण्यासाठी जे करायचं ते कर. मग तू पुढे बस. Now it is running. ते लक्ष आहे. कोकणातच लक्ष आहे आज सगळं नाही. So we wrote our first function and now we know how to use the function. But हा function खूप simple आहे. Let us do something little bit more interesting. असं का करतोय? Why are we doing this? We can directly write print hello. So now let us do one different function now. Now look at this new function. What will happen with this function? Can somebody tell if it is correct? Or there is some mistake? If घालायला विसरलो. It is a formatted string. Good that everybody notices it now immediately. So now this is a new function which takes one input. Name दिला तरच हे function run होणार. If you try to call this function without giving input, see what happens. Yes.
सर माझं हे वर्क होत नाही येते कुठल्या तरी एक प्रॉब्लेम देते मला कळत नाही तो प्रॉब्लेम बघा ना जरा.
तू प्रिंट हॅलो केलं काय प्रॉब्लेम होतोय? ट्राय रनिंग युअर फंक्शन सिद्धार्थ. Siddharth, what happens if you run the function? I don't see any problem. Actually, Siddharth, what you have done, right? तू काहीतरी वेगळंच केलंस. Let me show what Siddharth has done. So I don't know if somebody else is making the same mistake. Okay. Siddharth wrote the code in quiz4.py and he created a new folder called function. You see the folder symbol here? This is not a file, Siddharth. You have created a folder called function.py by mistake. Okay, so let us delete that folder. And to create a file, you should press this icon. Okay, a plus symbol and पहिला plus. That is what you have to use to create a new file. Okay, so let us do that. Okay, and now we will call this file function.py. Okay, and now inside this function.py you can write the code what we were doing before. लक्ष द्या रे, लक्ष द्या. तू नको लक्ष देऊ त्यांच्याकडे. So now what will happen with this program? I am going to call print hello. Print hello the work होईल. But when you come to say hello, what will happen? Yes. See what it is saying. Python is very helpful if you read it properly. It is saying, say hello, missing one required argument. Okay? So, do you see what it is saying? Say hello is missing one required argument called name. So, name is missing here. So, I should give it some name. Let us say I want to say hello Prashant. तर मी काय लिहिणार? हाँ. Nee, now what will happen? Suppose I write say hello Prashant. What do you think will happen now? Will it work now? I will get hello Prashant. बघूया का? नाही आता केलं ना. आता कसं आहे की when you define the function, name is going to come from outside. So Python knows की it matches one by one. की the first इकडची first value आहे, right? The first value on here will be given to name. So it is as good as writing name equal to. हा, इथे तू काही नाही, इथे काही पण लिहून बघ, त्याचा नेम मध्ये कन्वर्ट होईल. ओके. So here you want to write arrow instead of name. Here also you want to write arrow. Yes, it will work. So name, there is nothing special in the word name. You can replace name with anything you want. This is for our understanding. Okay. Here, if you don't write anything, we'll get this error. Because the definition of say hello is expecting one input and you are not giving any input. So you have to give some input. Yes. हे आपण का करतोय? हे आपण का करतोय? We can. Why are we doing this? Your doubt is we can directly write hello Prashant, right? Why are we doing it this way? So you will understand now, because suppose I have to say hello to 4-5 people. Then normally what I have to do? I'll have to write print hello Prashant, print hello Siddharth, print hello Arav. असं प्रत्येकाचं वेगवेगळं लिहायला लागेल ना. But now what will happen? Suppose I want to say hello to somebody else. I can just call my function once more with a different input. So I can say hello Anshuman. So what will happen now? It will say hello Prashant. त्याच्यानंतर it will say hello Anshuman. So you see, we are able to get more work done now with just by adding one line.
पण डिफाइन करताना पुन्हा देतो, पण त्याला
नाही देत. करेक्ट. का ते पायथनचे रूल्स आहेत, त्याचं माझ्याकडे एक्सप्लेनेशन नाहीये. दिस इज हाऊ पायथन वर्क्स. बाय द वे, दॅट विंडो हॅज डिसअपियर्ड. नाही म्हणा. So understand that Python is a computer. Computer does not have common sense. If you accidentally don't type the colon, Python will not be intelligent and understand ki oh त्याला colon टाकायचा होता, but he forgot. So it is your responsibility to write it properly. Okay, let me just stop sharing. काहीतरी issue is. Accidentally, I think I stopped casting the video. Okay. So that is what. So we are writing our own function now, and we can call that function again and again. Next step, let us have a function which takes two inputs. Function can have more than one input. Okay, so now let us have a different function. Let us call this say hello 2. Okay, and this requires two inputs, first name and last name. Or let us say we want a function which takes name and age. Okay. So now this hello 2, what will it print? Hello 2. First, can I call it in the same way? If I call say hello Chadagi, if I call say hello 2, will it work directly? Or Python will complain? Because no, but now say hello 2 requires two inputs, name and age. But we have given only one input. It will not work. Okay. Just try to run this and see what happens. So see, up to this point it ran. Say hello Prashant work. Say hello Anshuman also work. But say hello to la error ala. Do you see this error? It is saying say hello to is missing age. Because again, इथे त्याला दोन input हवे होते, name and age. But we only gave it one input. So what we should do? We should have two inputs. Comma टाकून दोन input दिले पाहिजेत. Okay. So after Prashant, comma, let us say my age is 32. Okay. Now let us run this one. It is working now. Okay. Let us do this for few people. मला सांगा तुमचं वय काय? सगळेच 11 आहेत ना all things. So Samika is 11. Okay. Somebody else, I don't know. Is anybody who is not 11?
Sir, I
Adit?
am 12.
You are 12. Okay. Happy birthday. You are already 12.
14.
Aditya is 14. So you now see, just by writing one line, I can get so much work done. Every time I don't have to write print, hello, name, your age, years old. अख्खा sentence लिहायची गरज नाहीये. I can do this so quickly now. अरे तर 124 करून टाकू. Okay, let us see if this is working now. See, it is working. Okay, and now I'm going to show you one more advantage of doing it in a function this way. Suppose tomorrow you come and look at your own program and you think ki, nahi, we should not writing everything in one sentence. We should split it into two sentences. Ki, first sentence, hello, what your name? And second sentence, you are so and so years old. Imagine if you had done this by writing the same sentence 4 times. Every time print, 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 print. तर सगळीकडे कॉपी हो पण तरी वेळ लागेल ना. The more complicated your program becomes, the harder it is to go everywhere and make the change. So now by just changing my definition, do you see I can change my behavior? So suppose I comment out this line. Okay. And now instead of writing it this way, I'm going to write it in 2 sentences. असेल ना. पण I am hoping की 2 वर्षात तू पुढे गेला असेल. But after 2 years, you should be doing more Python, not hello world. And yes, so all this code will be always available for you. Anytime you can come back and check, it will be there.
Where can we find it?
Sorry?
Where can we find it?
If you log into the Sony Academy website, right, you can find the links to all the pages there.
Okay.
I see actually many students have not created their account so far. So you have to do that. That is not in my hands. सोनी अकॅडमीवर जाऊन साइन इन करायचं. So now what will happen now if I run the code? You see now by changing just the definition of my say hello to function, now it is going to run completely differently. It is separate. So you see why functions are useful. By changing something in only one line, your whole program can change. Huh? No, now this I am speaking. So Python is speaking to you. तो कोट्स मध्ये सगळं टाकलं. देविका कॉमा 11 हे सगळं तुझ्या डबल कोट्स मध्ये आहे. माझं देविकाला तुझे टेक्स्ट संपला आणि 11 सेपरेट आहे ना. नाही प्रिंट हॅलो तर ठीक आहे. ते हिचे का लिहिलं तू प्रिंट हॅलो आणि हे तुझं 7 इथे का चालवलं.
Sir, can you check what is which is the error in main.py def for me?
Yes.
Sir, can you please check where is the error in main.py for me? It is saying in last line.
Okay, Aditya, let me check your file. Aditya, why are you running? I am confused. You are running in console or shell?
Sir, in console main.py आहे ना ते म्हणून.
अरे पण तो काहीतरी गोंधळ करतोय. आता कन्सोल वापरायचंच नाही कोणी. एव्हरीबडी हॅज टू यूज शेल कंपल्सरी. तू तिच्याकडे लक्ष नको देऊ ना. Don't fight amongst yourself. Cooperate with each other. Okay, so now you see we have a function which takes two inputs and it is printing the two sentences separately. Hello. So now let us see if you can write your own function. Think of some function and write your own. Okay. हा
ते प्रत्येक नावाच्या पुढे एक्सक्लेमेटरी मार्क कशाने आले.
असंच इट इज इंग्लिश मध्ये करतो ना आपण.
कुठे केलंस पण तिकडे. अच्छा केलंयस का तू.
केला नाही होय.
हो ओके ओके.
So that's the thing. If suppose you don't want exclamation mark, एका ठिकाणी चेंज केला तर सगळ्या गोष्टी चेंज होतात. Suppose I want full stop or I want 3 full stops, dot dot dot. Then immediately next time I run my program, it will take that change into account. So you see how easy it is to change the behavior. तू सेव हॅलो कॉल करते. तुझा फंक्शन नाव सेव हॅलो 3 आहे.
आताचे
नाही ते हॅलो कुठून येतंय. ह्या प्रिंट हॅलो मुळे येतंय. तुझं वरती प्रिंट हॅलो फंक्शन पण आहे ना. तू आधी प्रिंट हॅलो फंक्शन कॉल करतेस त्याच्यामुळे ते हॅलो येते. आणि आता तू से हॅलो ट्राय करतेस विच इज दिस वन. बट यू वॉन्ट टू कॉल से हॅलो 3 ना. नाही से हॅलो इथे जे फंक्शनचं नाव आहे.
हॅलो 3. तर आपल्याला फक्त एकच चेन करायचं डॉट 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 करायचं असतं.
हा तर तसं
त्याच्यामध्ये हॅलो 2 मध्ये करायला.
हा करेक्ट. Okay, everybody is able to follow this. So can you write your own function now? I'll give you some time and I'm curious to see what function you write.
सर एकदा माझं चेक करा ना मेन डॉट पी वाय. आता मी पूर्ण एरर काढले सगळे.
अरे पण तो अजून कन्सोल वापरतोय, शेल वापर ना.
येस सर, आय एम युझिंग शेल.
I don't see any. Can you run in shell and show me?
येस सर, आय एम रनिंग.
इथे काहीच येत नाहीये. Then I think this replit is not in sync with your replit. Actually, Aditya, are you opening day 4 or day 3? मला दोन्ही ओपन दिसत आहेत.
येस सर, डे 4. येस सर, डे 4. डे 3 मध्ये मी कोड लिहिलेला इकडे कॉपी केलाय.
Okay. See, let me run
सर
from my.
तुम्ही मेन स्क्रीन वरती ओपन करणार म्हणजे मला पण दिसेल.
Okay, let me show what I am able to see. Let me show. On Zoom, I'll just show what I am seeing. त्याला डिस्टर्ब होत रे, आवाज नका करू. So Aditya, day 4. Okay. Huh? Okay. Okay. So Aditya, can you see on Zoom? This is what I see.
येस सर.
And now if I try to run main.py, it is running for me. So what is the problem?
नाही सर, आता मी सगळं एरर काढले, एरर डीबग केलं.
Okay, ठीक.
आय वॉन्ट टू शो इट टू यू.
Okay, fine. Okay, so let me see what functions everybody is writing. लिहिला का तुम्ही तुमचा फंक्शन लिहिला का? तुला रेड लाईन दिसते का कुठे? इथे रेड लाईन. से हॅलो टू कुठे आहे? आणि तू डिफाईन कुठे केलंय? So it is saying undefined name now.
Oh,
Why is it saying
can't you print hello to you?
print hello to? Say hello to ना. इथे say hello to. Say hello to केलाय का तू डिफाईन?
Oh, आणि इथे का wrong झालं?
नाही. इथे say hello to चा H स्मॉल आहे आणि इथे कॅपिटल आहे.
Oh.
आता आधी तो प्रॉब्लेम तर फिक्स कर. आणि इकडे हे तू या बॉक्सच्या आत आहे ना, हे तो त्याचे स्पेस पाहिजे. काय केलं तुझं काय झालं? स्पेस केलेलं पण तिकडे आलेलं नाही ना. ओके, सो लेट अस सी व्हॉट फंक्शन्स यू आर रायटिंग. Everybody still using console. Why is everybody using console? आता सगळ्यांना शेल वापरायची सवय झाली पाहिजे. Forget that there is a run button on the top. Okay, that run button on the top is not there for you. What will you do if that run button is not there? Okay. Ruthvik is writing an interesting function. Rajesh is also writing a function, but everybody is using that run button. Okay, everybody, you have to train yourself. Hey, run button nahi dabayacha. It is very tempting. Everybody presses the run button and I can see here सगळं दिसतंय लोक काय करतायत तिकडे. तू काय करू म्हणजे मग तू बघ तो काय लिहितोय सगळे बघा I have no problem. So watching somebody else doing the coding is also very educational. Okay. And now we are going to start using these functions in a different file. हे import चं काय प्रकरण आहे हे कळू दे आपल्याला. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to keep. ऐक ना ऐक मी काय बोलतो ते ऐका. So what I'm going to do is keep these definitions, print hello, say hello to, तेवढे ठेवणार आणि बाकी सगळं delete करणार. Okay. Not delete, but I'll comment it out. Okay. So if I comment out everything, what will happen? Okay, so I commented out everything. Now if I run this file, what will happen? Will I get any output? No. Why did I not get any output now? Because I've defined 3 functions, but I've not used any function. नुसतं definition बनवून ठेवलेत. Okay. All these 3 are just definitions. Definition. So what is the point of defining a function if you are not using it? Because now what we have done is we have created our own library. Okay. This function.py is now a library. So now what can we do? Suppose you have a different file. Okay. Let us create a new file. Okay. Let us say let us call it program.py. This is a main program where we are going to do some calculation. Okay. And now here I want to do that same say hello. Let us say hello to. So I want to use say hello to in this file. So will this work? Already Python is showing a red line. म्हणजे काहीतरी problem आहे. What is the problem? Because say hello to is not defined. So what we should do now? We have to import it. So import चा काय syntax आहे? From which file you want to import? So function.py, right? So I'll just write function import say hello to. Do you see? As soon as I write that import line, the error has gone away because now what Python understands that this say hello to function is there in a different file, not this file. So whenever you call this function now, it will go to that file and it will run the function from there. So now you see, let us try to run this program.py.
Sir, I'm trying to make a powerful definition that says that if you type a power, like if you say that power of 2, or if I write power of 3 or 4 or 5, then it will ask you what is the answer of a into a into a into a if I say 4, and then that will be one command and we can write that down.
Interesting. Let me open your Replit.
And we can set n, we can put n into that, and we can set n to a different number every time.
Okay, let us see what Kavin has done.
The last one.
Yes. Actually, this apostrophe in the between, I think that is not allowed. Your function should not have any variables, any extra symbols like that.
Okay.
So can you just remove that? Okay. Yeah, there is something very interesting which Kavin has written. Let us read it properly.
Prashant,
Ha, bola.
I have created one file. Can you check?
Yes, sure. So while Kavin is working on his file, let me open Dad's file.
Function file.
Add worksheet.
रन केलं तर एरर येतोय. लाईन 1.
So you are printing add worksheet, but add worksheet is a name of a function, no? So you want to call the function, not print the function.
सर आणि ऍड वर्कशीट मध्ये लाईन 8 मध्ये डब्ल्यू पण छोटा आहे.
W कॅपिटल नाहीये, जो इथे कॅपिटल
अच्छा.
आहे.
लेट मी चेक. चेंज.
येस. नाही काय करू? ती फाईल बघायची. एकच मिनिट. Yeah. Okay, bog. He file. Yes.
तर मी मला असं करायचं की मला इथे त्यांना करायला
आणि मला विचारायचं का? मग त्याचं वेगळं फंक्शन देऊ शकतो की
फक्त इनपुट आहे ना.
तू ट्राय कर स्वतः लिहायचं आणि मी काय तुला सांगेन कुठे चुकलं.
सर माझं होत नाहीये प्रोग्राम डॉट पी वाय.
You have written a program?
येस सर.
Okay, let me check that. See, do you understand that those who are talking to each other are losing an opportunity to learn this? So it is your responsibility. तुम्हाला शिकायचंय का एकमेकांची बडबड करायची? I don't have any problem.
Four. Second round of chits. Then ma'am to another one. Then they go Mario. At the end of the ma'am.
कारण program dot function dot py मध्ये हे खालचे लाईन्स कमेंट केले पाहिजेत because we don't want to run those lines.
And then I had gotten
When you import, no, how Python works is when it imports, it runs the code inside that file also. त्याच्यामुळे हे सगळं run होतं.
login scratch.
You have to comment this out. Just leave the definitions and comment out everything.
Where's answers power? So what I said is, if powers is equal to 2, then say that 2i is equal to a into a. If a is equal to int, input enter the value of a. So a is equal to whatever you write. Then input f, enter the value of a into a. If 2i.
Kavin is explaining something, but wait, let everybody understand. Kavin, are you done with your program?
Yeah, so I'm just continuing. I'm trying to do, sir. I'm just trying to put this thing that you say your answer is correct. I'm trying to do that.
Okay.
I'm trying to quickly write an answer that says your answer is correct.
But you know, Kavin is trying something interesting. He's trying to create a worksheet for any power of 2, power of 3, power of 4.
So I'll just make a variable named answer, sir, and just put that into it.
चालेल. तर मी सुरुवातीला काहीतरी सांगितलं होतं लेक्चर मध्ये बॉक्सेसचं. कुठले बॉक्सेस? So wait, once more, I know I'm repeating this, but students are making one mistake again and again. They are not understanding indentation properly. Indentation चा अर्थ काय? When you make spaces, you are telling Python ki where is my recipe starting and where is it ending. So when I say def hello. Okay. So I'm going to create a new box. की त्या box मध्ये माझ्या फंक्शनची रेसिपी जाणार आहे. So everything inside that box has to be indented with 2 empty spaces. Okay. So whatever you write inside that function has to start with 2 empty spaces. And once your function is over, whatever you write after that, maybe it's another function, doesn't matter. That will again start from the what we can call column 0. Okay, column 0. Okay. So understand this idea. कुठे स्पेस सोडायची कुठे नाही सोडायची हे नीट समजून केलं पाहिजे. Okay. Okay, so I think everybody is busy in writing their own function, which is good. Baba, okay, so while you are writing your function, let me write my own function also. Yes.
डिफाईन केलं तर समजा प्रोग्राम मध्ये नको असेल तर मग कशाला डिफाईन करायचं का
नाही मला नाही कळलं.
म्हणजे मला हे जे आहे ते फक्त ह्याच फाईलला वापरतो प्रोग्राम फाईलला नाही वापरत.
मग प्रोग्राम फाईल मध्ये जर का तू इम्पोर्ट नाही केलं तर ते प्रोग्राम फाईल मध्ये येणारच नाही ना. ते टॉप युअर सेइंग इम्पोर्ट से हॅलो टू ही लाईन 1 तू नाही काढलीस तर प्रोग्राम डॉट पी वाय डझंट इवन नो दॅट फंक्शन डॉट पी वाय एक्झिस्ट. If you delete this file line, but then हे say hello to run नाही होणार ना, because say hello to चं definition त्या line file मध्ये. Yes. हे सगळं फंक्शनच्या आत पाहिजे ना.
हे फंक्शनच्या फर्स्ट आणि सेकंड
तुला काय करायचं मला नीट कळलेलं नाही ऍक्च्युली. काय नाही मी जो बॉक्स काढलाय तुझं ते ए इक्वल टू बी इक्वल टू हे सगळं त्या फंक्शनच्या आत आहे का सगळं इंडेंटेड पाहिजे की नाही ती एक मिस्टेक. आणि ऍड वर्कशीटच्या तिथे ओपन क्लोज ब्रॅकेट पाहिजेत ना. मी कुठे काढतो ब्रॅकेट आफ्टर द नेम. Okay, so let me write my own function while everybody is writing their function. So what function can I write? I'm going to write a very interesting function. Okay, let us see what my function does. Everybody pay attention. Okay. Now we're going to start to understand why is programming so powerful. I'm going to write my power function. So Kavin, what you're doing, right? Just check what I'm doing. Will it be helpful for you? So I'm going to write power function.
Prashant, can you check my worksheet?
Yes, sure.
The line 7 वरती invalid syntax.
तिथे कोलन पाहिजे ना कंडिशन नंतर.
Okay.
Okay. So what is this power function? Instead of finding a square, a cube, a4 manually, this power function will going to find any power assist magically. So what I'm going to do is, suppose I call this function, first let us understand what I want this function to do. Okay, my plan is to call this power function. Let's say I want to find the square of 5. So I will, instead of writing 5 raised to 2, I will write 5 comma 2. Okay, so basically if I want to find 5 square, okay.
I'm not able to stop my.
तुम्ही कन्सोल मध्ये करताय, शेल मध्ये जा.
ओके.
कन्सोलचा टॅब बंदच करा सगळं. एव्हरीबडी जस्ट क्लोज द कन्सोल टॅब. डू सी
नाही,
द.
मी शेअरमध्येच करतोय.
नाही, आम्हाला इथे स्क्रीनवर कन्सोल दिसतोय.
आता मी काढला ना, परत रिफ्रेश कर.
ओके.
आता हे स्टॉप कसं करायचं?
कंट्रोल सी मारा, कंट्रोल सी.
ओके.
ऍक्च्युली ना इथे काहीतरी सिंकचा प्रॉब्लेम दिसतोय, बिकॉज मला अजून कन्सोलच दिसतोय. सो आय डोंट नो इफ देर इज सम लॅग बिटवीन युअर फाईल अँड माय फाईल.
नाही, रिफ्रेश केलं तर एखादं होईल बहुतेक.
केलं आता रिफ्रेश, तरी पण मला कन्सोलच दिसतोय. Okay, but anyway, I'll come back to this. So now pay attention to what I'm writing, this power function. So what I want this function to do is, suppose I ask, something wrong with this. Suppose I want to find 5 square. Okay, so I'm going to call my power function 5, 2, and the answer should be 25, correct? Suppose I want 5 cube, then what will I write? Power function 5, 3. So this power function will give me any index, anything raised to anything. Hey, माझं power function calculate करणार आहे. Okay, that is what I want this power function to do. Okay. So now tell me, if let's say exponent is 1. So anything raised to 1 ची value किती असते? Number itself, right? 5 raised to 1 is 5, 10 raised to 1 is 10. So can I write here that if exponent is 1, then my answer is number itself, right? So I want to say that the answer is number. Means the output of my function should be that number. So in Python, this is a special word called return. Okay, return number. म्हणजे काय? I'm telling Python that if somebody uses this function, the return, what should be the answer that this function give back? So now you see that if I call this function, let us do that. Let us say I call power function 5, 1. Okay. So answer is equal to power function 5.1. So now what will be the value inside answer? It will be 5, because 5 raised to 1 is 5, correct? So if I print answer, it will simply print 5. Let us see if that is happening. See, it is printing 5. Okay. So that was the easy case, right? Anything raised to 1 is that same number. But suppose there is some other case. Suppose I want to compute 5 square. Yes.
How did Python understand the number and the exponent?
It doesn't understand. So that name, number, and exponent is for our reference. तुम्ही त्याला ABCD and XYZ म्हणा. What Python did, Python checked the, if you go back to what the Python is doing, we passed 5 and 1. So number is 5 and exponent is 1. And what is the condition? If exponent is 1, then return the number as it is. So that is why it returned 5. Python does not understand power or anything like that. See, if we return number plus 1, then it will return 6. So Python is not responsible for making sure your code is correct. Okay. So now that was power function of 5, 1, which is 5. What will be the output of power function 5, 2? Yeah, I think there's some issue with sensor board. Not behaving properly. 5, 2 is like 5 square, right? So 5 square should be 25. And what will be the answer of 5, 3? Which is 5 raised to 3, which is 125. So do you see there is a connection between the previous value and the next value? If I know, let us say I know this answer, 25, then can I find the next answer? By simply multiplying by 5, correct? And I can keep doing this. Suppose I know the answer of 5 raised to 10, खूप मोठा number है. Okay. Suppose we call that number n. Then can I find the answer of 5 raised to 11? Because 5 raised to 11 is nothing but 5 raised to 10 and one more copy of 5. Correct? So n चा 5 times n केलं तर होईल माझं काम. So how will I use this idea in my program? That if the exponent is 1, then I will return the number directly. Else, you know what I'm going to do? If the exponent is greater than 1, then, okay, now I'm going to write this line. Let us see if you are able to understand how this line is working. Okay, I'll maximize the screen so that everybody can read this. Okay, so can you try to understand these lines? Something wrong with my pen. Why is that? Okay, I'm not able to write on the board, but anyway, I'll just highlight using my cursor. Okay, so can everybody read this line 12 onwards and understand, particularly line 17? Line 17 seems to be doing something very interesting. Okay, so I'll give you 5 minutes to look at that line and can you understand how that line is working? Line 17. It's a strange thing. Power function मध्येच आपण power function वापरतोय. Yes.
If we are multiplying the data, so,
Yes.
and then suppose we have the exponent is
Yes.
so if and the original number. So,
Yes.
so the answer will be written 5 raised to 2.
Yes.
That's why we minus it.
Correct. Correct. Yes. Okay. Okay. So let me to make it even clearer, understand that there is a bracket here. So this whole thing is going to get returned. Okay. Number times power function of number and exponent minus 1. So if I want to show it on a diagram, you can think of it like this. Okay. So let us say I write 5 raised to 1, 5 raised to 2, 5 raised to 3. It will not work for 5 raised to 1, but for 5 raised to 1, the if condition will take care of it. No. So suppose I want to find 5 raised to n. So do you understand by the rules of indices that 5 raised to n is 5 times the previous number, right? So to compute 5 raised to n, what I should do, I will first compute 5 raised to n minus 1 and then I will multiply it by 5. To compute 5 raised to n minus 1, what I should do? That is 5 raised to n minus 2. So to compute 5 raised to n minus 1, I need 5 raised to n minus 2. So you see, I keep going backwards like this. Nice. Suppose I have to find 5 raised to 6. So what will I do? I know that it will be 5 times 5 raised to 5. 5 वेळा 5 multiply केला आणि त्यात अजून एक 5 टाकला तर 5 raised to 6 येणार. Five raised to 5. Okay, and what is 5 raised to 5? Is 5 times 5 raised to 4. And what is 5 raised to 4? Eight. And what is 5 raised to 1? 5. This is the starting point ना. अजून पाठी नाही जायचंय. त्यात काय आपण उलटे उलटे जात राहू. हे कळलं का? की suppose आता we want to find 5 raised to 6. Then what we are telling Python that first find the answer of 5 raised to 5 and then multiply it by 5. तर मला 5 raised to 6 चा answer येईल. So that's what we are doing. What is this line saying? What is line 17 saying? That first find the value of your number raised to exponent -1. So that -1 is coming. 6 चा 5 झाला. हो बरोबर. नाही आता स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट कुठला ते तुम्ही ठरवायचं. सो फॉर अस द स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट इज 5 raised to 1. Okay. So see this, what this line is doing, it is multiplying the previous answer by 5 to get the current answer. Okay. Let us try to run this program and see if it is working. So let us say 5 raised to 3 किती है? 5 raised to 3 is 125. I'm getting 125. Okay, now let us carefully understand how is it working. So let us put one print inside this, okay, saying that let us understand what is happening first. So I'm going to print here. We are now calculating okay, so I'm just going to write it properly so that every time we call this function, it will print ki atta आपण काय करतोय. Okay, and now if I run this, what do you think will happen? Can somebody predict what I'm going to see? Can somebody predict what I'm going to see now? Because how I'm calling this function for the first time, I'm calling it power function 5,3. So first time what will I get the output? We are now calculating 5 raised to 3 असं दिसणार. Then next line it will check is the exponent equal to 1? तर नाही, because right now we are exponent is 3. So instead of if, it will run else. So it will go inside else, and now inside else there is one more power function where the exponent is reducing by 1. So it will compute 5 raised to 2. Let us see what happens when I run it. उल्टा उल्टा जातोय. Because to find 5 raised to 3, it has to find 5 raised to 2. To find 5 raised to 2, it has to find 5 raised to 1. So what it is doing, असं उल्टा उल्टा जाऊन first it finds 5 raised to 1. Into 5 केलं तर 5 raised to 2. Again into 5 केलं तर 5 raised to 3. So all of this Python is doing automatically. And now you see, I can do this for a very big number also. Let us find 5 raised to 6. कोणाला पाठ आहे का 5 raised to 6? Anybody has 5 raised to 6 by heart? Okay, it is 15625. Allah, 15625. Can you check whether this is really 5 raised to 6? It should be square of 5 raised to 3, right? 5 raised to 3, 125, the square should be 15625. Okay. Okay. This is a bit advanced, I know. I don't know if everybody is following it, but this is a good example of how Python functions are so powerful, because we can now find the power of any value, any index, 5 raised to any big number I can find. And not 5 मध्ये काय special नाही आहे. Anything raised to anything can find using this function. Okay, I'll give you some time to think about it, understand, copy it down, and try to understand how this function is working. Okay, ह्या line 18 मध्ये सगळी जादू होते. Line 18 is that magic line where suddenly everything is happening. So understand this line 18 properly. And this is how we do it. If you are given some very big job, what do? You break it down into smaller job, and that into even smaller. So how you take one big task and break it down into small sections. अख्खं पुस्तक directly नाही वाचत ना आपण. We first read one chapter, then in one chapter we read one page, one paragraph, one word. So like that, one big task is broken into smaller tasks. So to find 5 raised to 6, we are using 5 raised to 5. To find 5 raised to 5, we are using 5 raised to 4. असं होत चाललंय.
तर मग आपण 5 to 100 टाकलं तर मग ते 100 पासून असं वी आर नॉट कॅल्क्युलेटिंग 5 to 1 असं
Yes.
येईल
Let us see what will happen. 5 raised to 100 is a very big number. Will Python be able to find that or not? I also don't know. Let us try. नाही तू कर ना, तोपर्यंत मी पायथनला विजिट होतो. केलं तरी कॅल्क्युलेट. It calculated 5 raised to 100 for us. केवढा मोठा नंबर आहे. And you know, how can we quickly check if the answer is correct or not? It is ending with 5. काय ते वेगळंच बोलला तू. Your number is ending with 5, so there is a good chance that it is the right answer, but we don't know for sure, obviously. In fact, do you know this property that last 2 digits have to be 2 and 5? So that is also correct. कुठल्या लाईनला चुकलं का? काय म्हणतोय? पॉवर फंक्शन्स काय? पॉवर फंक्शन्स पॉवर फंक्शन्स काय? प्रोग्राम नीट वाचायचा, लाईन बाय लाईन वाचायचं, काही नाही करायचं. Okay, is everybody able to write this program? Okay, I'll give you time.
Sir, can you maximize it?
Yes. And do you know what is the best part? This power function is inside our library. So I can use this definition anywhere I want. I can, I'll open one more file over here. अपनी दूसरी program.py. Okay. And now what I can say from function import say hello to, like that, let me import this power function also. Huh? Lina. Function.py. Let us find the power of something else. Let us say 2 raised to 16. Do you know how much is 2 raised to 16? 65536. Okay, so let us run this code.
Here for my 5 raised to 1000, it is showing some error.
Okay, so finally you are able to break Python. Yes. No. Current, when you write the definition of the function, you are expecting that number and exponent will be given by somebody else. See, when I call this function, right? When I call this function on line 20, here I am giving 5 and 100. म्हणजेच काय की Python understands कि number is equal to 5 and exponent is equal to 100. So you don't have to write it separately. Yes, correct. So I'll show an example of that also. Around हे सगळं तुझ्या इंडेंटेशन मध्ये काय आहे हे सगळं दिसते पाहिजे ना. तेच गोळ घालताय तुम्ही. इंडेंटेशन कळतच नाहीये. ते बॉक्सेस कळले का? नाही कळत. हे बघ, हा पॉवर फंक्शन आहे. हा जो अख्खा हा एवढा पार्ट आहे ना, दिस इज द पॉवर फंक्शनची डेफिनेशन. सो इट इज इनसाइड अ बॉक्स. सो दॅट बॉक्स हॅज टू बी, तू पायथनला कसं सांगणार की हा बॉक्स आहे? बाय लिव्हिंग टू एम्प्टी स्पेसेस. तो हे 2 एम्प्टी स्पेस जिथे जिथे आहे ते सगळं त्या बॉक्सच्या आत आहे. पण हा पार्ट तुझ्या बॉक्सच्या बाहेर आहे, तो त्याला तू स्पेसेस नाही दिलं पाहिजे. कळलं का? थोडं थोडं कळलं. मी तुला अजून प्रॅक्टिस देईन. But now do you see that in a different file, program.py, I can just import my power function and start using it. So that is how you can create your own library and write functions and use them in another library, another file.
प्रशांत,
हा बोला.
हां, आय कुड डू वन वर्कशीट जनरेटर. चेक इट आउट.
Okay.
इट इज
Okay.
वर्किंग.
Okay, nice. एक मिनिट. Okay, let us run the worksheet. Question 1. Oh, nice. Do you see? My father has written a worksheet generator. Let us give the wrong answer now. मुद्दामून काहीतरी दुसरं उत्तर देऊया. 50. चला पटापट पटापट सांगा. स्पीड, फास्टेस्ट फिंगर फर्स्ट. किती वेळ लागतो? 38. ओके, नेक्स्ट.
34,
नेक्स्ट.
39, 31,
38.
24.
Correct. So it is running. Very nice. So let us start to modify this, and you know how we'll add one more interesting thing every time. I want to do this. I want to find out how much time it took for me to solve. You know, I want to improve myself. So let us say I do. Okay. And what I'm going to do, first time when the program starts, right? Ikde, I'm going to say start time equal to time. Okay, so this will have the number of seconds at which my program starts. Okay, and when the program ends, so the last line of my program, I will have end time. And now let us say, so total time taken in seconds will be the final time minus start time. Okay, and now we can tell the user that you took these many seconds to run your worksheet. Suppose you have a stopwatch, that your second hand is at 10 position, and then you start, and when you stop it is at 15. So how much time it took? तुझं लॅपचं टाइम टू 10 ला स्टार्ट केलं आणि 15 ला स्टॉप केलं. 5 seconds ना, 15 minus 10. Okay, so I've added this time option. Let us see if it is working properly. I hope मी पहिल्यांदाच लिहितोय. Okay, so now let us do it quickly. Fatapat. 27. Next. 38. Good. Again 38. Okay, next.
40,
अजून रॉंग आन्सर द्या.
Okay. 30, 43.
43,
Okay. 42. 47. And 26. It told me. So we require 33 seconds to do 10 problems. So you can do speed practice also using Python now. आता हे तर सोपं एक्झाम्पल होतं ऍडिशन टू नंबर्स, बट यू सी यू कॅन प्रिपेअर फॉर युअर एक्झाम्स विथ द हेल्प ऑफ पायथन. इम्प्रूव्ह युअर स्पीड अँड अॅक्युरेसी विथ युअर ओन वर्कशीट्स. अँड दिस इज हे तर आपण 4 दिवसात शिकलो. इमॅजिन व्हॉट यू कॅन डू इफ यू स्पेंड मोर टाइम ॲट होम. Okay, so that Python is very powerful, and unfortunately, because we have limited time, I cannot spend too much time on every idea. But all the resources are available online, so you can go read and try to find out on your own. Okay, but next workshop कधी घ्यायचं? Good question. I also don't know the answer to that. But let us finish this workshop. अजून एक दिवस आहे आपल्याकडे. Saturday, Sunday. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I understand. Monday to Friday is very hectic for all students, so we'll arrange something on weekends. Okay. So now, what is your homework? Let us start creating this library for various options. आता आपण पॉवरचं आन्सर काढलं. So I'm going to create a new file called library.py. Okay, and I will give you one example. And your job is to add more examples. So I am going to write the formula for simple interest. So to find simple interest, what do we require? शिकला कधी? विसरायला, as if you learned simple interest 10 years ago and you have forgotten simple interest. Can anybody tell online to find simple interest what is the formula?
तर प्रिन्सिपल इंटू रेट
शिकवतात ना शाळेमध्ये सिम्पल इंटरेस्ट. आय होप यू हॅव सिम्पल इंटरेस्ट इन स्कूल बिकॉज आय हॅव रेड एव्हरीबडीज टेक्स्टबुक. सो आय नो what is covered in 6th standard, 7th standard, 8th standard. So simple interest is there.
Principal upon rate, principal times rate times time upon 100.
Correct. PNR upon 100. So to compute simple interest, I require P, N and R. तिन्ही दिले पाहिजेत. And what should be the answer? P into N into R upon 100. Correct. So I wrote the function for simple interest. अरे ती सुरुवातच स्पेसली केली. डेफच्या आधी तो स्पेस आहे. After you enter the function, you should add the spaces. Correct. So this is simple interest. So let us have a simple question that suppose I borrow 10,000 rupees with the rate of interest 10% per annum. After 5 years, how much will my interest be? So you have this word problem. Suppose I borrow पण ते घरी कर आता. It takes some time because I have to download from Zoom, upload to YouTube. त्यामुळे ओव्हरनाईट उद्या सकाळी मिळेल तुला, त्याच्या आधीच नाही. Okay, suppose this is the question. Plus the multiply. Multiply.
7,000.
7,000. Let us see if Python also knows simple interest now. So now I'm going to say interest equal to. So I have to give. So understand that the order is important. PNR, first is principal, then number of years, then rate of interest. So I have to give it in that order. So first principal, number of years, and rate of interest is 10%. And let us say print interest now. हाँ बैंक आपल्याला इंटरेस्ट देते ना. येस एव्हरी. हो पण हे शाळेत तुम्हाला नाही, शाळेत नाही. पूर्वी तर स्कॉलरशिपला असायचं, 4th स्कॉलरशिप, 5वी स्कॉलरशिप.
येस सर, आता पण असतं.
असतं ना.
हो सर सोडवलेत कशी गणित.
Okay. It is calculating simple interest. कॉमेंट लिहिला नाही तर वर्क नाही होणार. नाही होणार. नाही होणार ना. आय एम जोकिंग. सी कॉमेंट इज फॉर अस. पायथन डज नॉट नो हाऊ टू रीड इंग्लिश. ते तुम्ही कॉमेंट मराठीतल्या, हिंदीतल्या, संस्कृतमध्ये लिहा. डझंट मॅटर. You can type any character in Python. There is no problem. Try करूया. Want to find out? Let us type rupee symbol, okay? Let us see if rupee symbol can be printed. Let us copy paste this rupee symbol. Let us have the answer with nice formatting and everything. So hello. Python खूप powerful आहे. The rupee symbol came there. You can have emoji, smiley face, thumbs up. सगळे emojis येऊ शकतात. सगळं प्रिंट होऊ शकतं. Okay, but now, so your homework is try to write असे functions, the word problem that you solve in school. Maybe car travels at so and so kilometers per hour. How long will it take to reach from X to Y? This kind of questions. Speed, distance, time. You have problems like that in school? हाफ कळलं, हाफ नाही कळलं. तर तू स्वतः ट्राय कर. मग जिथे चुकेल तिथे मी तुला हेल्प करेन. कुठे चुकलं मग तू रन काय केलंस चुकायला? नुसतं library.py लिहून कसं चालेल? Python library.py. Okay, so I'll give you 3-4 examples and you can come up with your own examples, and I'll be interested to see, can you write your own, first can you write your own functions, then using those functions can you write your own assignment, and then using your assignment can you write your own worksheet which computes the score and tells you how much time it is taking you to solve the worksheet, and then use your own worksheet to practice your own mathematics. आणि मॅथ्स मध्ये काय स्पेशल नाही, फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री पण करू शकतो ना. जिथे कुठे फॉर्म्युला आहे तिथे वापरू शकतो. इन फिजिक्स युअर फॉर्म्युला इज लाईक फोर्स इक्वल टू मास इंटू ऍक्सलरेशन, एफ इज इक्वल टू एम ए. दॅट कॅन बी प्रॅक्टिस विथ दिस. सो असं काहीच नाही. हो करता ना. येस, and it will print on the screen also. So somebody is printing Japanese letters. That is also working. So I'll just write here speed, distance. Okay. So I'm deliberately leaving this blank. So pass is a, in some card games, pass. If it's your turn to play, but you don't want to play, pass म्हणू शकतो. तसं Python मध्ये pass is a special word to keep the definition blank. So this is your homework. Pass म्हणजे मी नाही लिहिणार, तुम्ही लिहायचं. Okay. Japanese आलं? Very good. Okay, maybe one more question that we do at school, unitary method. Maybe cost of 7 apples is 20 rupees. How much is the cost of 100 apples? So like that question, so unitary method. Again, I will write fast. Okay, I will सगळं काम तुम्हाला सोपवतोय मी. Okay, and like this you can have so many examples. So you can use your own school syllabus to practice your own Python this way. Okay. आज आमच्या क्लासमध्ये काहीतरी वेगळंच चालू आहे. Okay, so we are almost at the end of time. So we'll just quickly see की उद्या आपण काय करणार आहोत. Okay, because कंटिन्यू करूया वर्कशॉप फक्त पायथनचे. ओके, सो दोन्ही घ्या. ओके, somebody is saying continue both maths and programming. Somebody is saying only programming. हो घेणार आहे ना. आहे ना उद्या लास्ट डे आहे. फ्री कुठे होता आपण मॅजिक केले मग उद्या पण टाइमपासच करणार आहोत. Okay, lot of conflicting opinions. Somebody wants to enjoy tomorrow. We'll do both. Okay. First we start with magic trick using Python. आणि त्याच्यानंतर आपण Python करू. Okay. So tomorrow I will show how to. See, you will get a chance to do Python also because I will show magic trick, and then your task is ki how is Python able to do this. So it will be magic plus challenge for you tomorrow.
A plus B whole raised to 5 also.
Yes. Somebody remember this, you know. First lecture मध्ये काय केलं होतं आपण? A plus B square, A plus B cube. And I had said we'll invent new glasses. नवीन चष्मा बनवू. A plus B raised to 4 बघायला. So 6D glasses. So you know, programming is one more way of putting on a new glass. Okay, so tomorrow Python will help us to see A plus B raised to 4, A plus B raised to 5. हे सगळं आपण बघणार आहोत Pythonच्या मदतीने. Okay. But we will do that tomorrow. So today that's all for me. Thank you. हो लवकर सोडलं लवकर संपलं माझं.
Class tomorrow. There's class tomorrow, no, sir.
Okay.
There's class tomorrow, no, sir.
Sorry, Kavin, you are saying something?
There's class tomorrow, no, sir.
Yes, we have class tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Okay, bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Tomorrow is last lecture.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye. घरी जाऊन घे. See, anyway you cannot